Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you for being here on behalf of the Office of Comprehensive Community Education, the City of Newark Mayor S.J. Baraka, and the Newark Literacy Coalition. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to come out. Literacy is the first step to change lives, right? So today is our opportunity to connect, make input, have support, and allow our resources to help us as a community, our schools, parents, to engage deeper on what to do to fix the literacy crisis. So today we're in the East Ward, we're in the beautiful building of Oliver Street School. I want to say thank you to the principal for having us this morning in this wonderful space. And I just want to say thank you. So today we're going to have a bunch of great resources, families, educators, leaders, where we can just dive deeper into conversation. So today is going to be great. Look forward to engaging with everyone. So first we're just going to start off by introducing the Literacy Coalition. So I just want to ask everyone to come up so they can introduce themselves and the partners can say where they are from.
Let's give it up for our coalition.
I guess I can start this thing off. I'm Aaliyah Kearney from the Mayor's Office of Comprehensive Community Education from the City of Newark, and we're just going to pass the microphone down as everyone comes up.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ahmad Watson. I work at Rutgers University Newark in research and evaluation, and I'm very excited to be here with you all today.
Hello, my name is Sharnay Brown. I'm the Chief Education Officer. I represent the Mayor's Office, the Office of Comprehensive Community Education.
Good morning. I'm Barbara Martinez. I'm the CEO of New Jersey Children's Foundation, and we're here with My Schools Newark. I was born and raised in Newark, and I'm really proud that My Schools Newark is a website that lists all the different schools that there are in Newark. There's district, private, charter, county, all types of schools. It's all on that one website because we want to be here as a resource for families, no matter what school they choose.
Good morning. I'm Paula Barada. I'm the Chief Librarian for Programs and Outreach at the Newark Public Library, and we're here to let you know about all the resources that the library has for you.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Carl Schwartz. I am the manager of the Van Buren branch of the Newark Public Library. It's about a 10-minute walk from here, even shorter drive, so come visit us. We're open till 3 today.
And they have a parking lot.
We have a little parking lot. It does fill up, though.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Taina Perez, and I'm the Executive Director of Teach for America New Jersey, where we bring and recruit and train phenomenal leaders to come and teach in Newark schools, both district and charter, and we're also very much focused on third grade reading, and so we're excited to be here with you all today.
Good morning, my name is Jen De Silva. I'm the Regional Senior Director of External Affairs for North Star. Born and raised in Newark, I attended Ann Street and Science High, and my nephews actually attend Oliver. So I'm very happy to be here in partnership with Newark Public Schools and to be working alongside everyone standing here.
Thank you all. These are the great partners that we partner with every day to make sure that it's about literacy, but it's about so much more. It's about families and helping one another nurture the adults that we want our young people to become, and to present that we are all lifelong learners. Can we give them a big round of applause? Okay, thank you. They're going to go back to their tables, and we're going to get this party started. All right, thank you so much, partners. Give it up one more time. Before we get started, I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to invite Principal Henriquez up there. He's the principal, Louis Henriquez. He was so gracious to allow us to be a part of this, and he's partnering and representing Newark Public Schools. I'm just going to give him an opportunity to just say hi and say whatever he needs to say. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and good morning, and welcome to the beautiful Oliver Street School. As my parents already know, so I'm also a product of Newark Public Schools. I did go to Ann Street in Eastside in my entire career, teaching and as an administrator in Newark as well, so at Eastside and Oliver now. And again, just welcome. It's a wonderful Saturday morning to the parents, all the volunteers. Of course, it's always hard to give up our Saturdays, mornings, but welcome. I know it'll be a great event. And Oliver Street School is always open. So thank you.
Okay, we're going to get started. I just want to give a very quick history of the Newark Reads Literacy Coalition, because that is the group that is bringing everyone here today. Basically, the history is as follows. It was started by Mayor Ras J. Baraka. Let's give it up for our honorable mayor. He is an educator. He was an elementary school teacher, a vice principal, a principal, and each time he did a wonderful job in those different capacities. And he's very passionate about English or literacy or education, period. The beautiful thing about the beginning of hashtag Newark Reads Literacy Coalition, it was just a coalition to bring people together to excite people around literacy. The first partnership started about 6 or 7 years ago, and it was with Panasonic, Newark Board of Education, Newark Public Library, and it was facilitated by our office, the Office of Comprehensive Community Education. And the Mayor's Book Club was actually started, and that's what we do every year. We give out books, and the children read it, and they meet with the mayor, and they pontificate and have this great critical thinking dialogue around literacy. Since COVID happened, and we must remember that time. It was a lot of tragedy. We want to really acknowledge the grieving that we had to do. We don't want to forget about that so easily. And our schools were forced to work from home in order to survive. And that really was the impetus of just kind of deepening and widening gaps in literacy in Newark, across all schools and across the state, just really suffered, and across the nation. It's not just a Newark problem. Even though it's not just a Newark problem, Mayor Ras J. Baraka said we have to call out the crisis and let's get to work. There are too many brilliant people in Newark for us not to figure out how we can help our families. And so he created the Brain Trust to address the urgent literacy crisis, and it came up with the 10-point literacy plan, which is actually inside this booklet. So I invite you all to look at the 10-point literacy plan. It is absolutely awesome. It's not just 10 fangled things. They're research-based, and they're broken up by communities, what communities can do, what parents can do, and what schools can do to fix the crisis. After that brain trust, and a brain trust is when you call smart people over and talk about important topics, they all join the Newark Reads Literacy Coalition. Can we give it up for our brain trust that jumped in and decided to participate? And since then, there's a new iteration of the hashtag Newark Reads Literacy Coalition. Now, I love to hear the baby chatter. I just love all the babies in the room. I'm sorry, I'm super excited. The new iteration said, we are more committed. We're 10 toes down. We're going to dive deep and see how is it that we can really help solve it and create more accountability. And so this new iteration happened since then, it was about 2023 when it started. And they created this mission statement that you also see in here that I'm not going to read to you because we're going to jump right in. But, so please check out the mission statement. The part of the mission statement that I am going to highlight is the commitment to having the voice of the community participate. And from that came the idea, well, let's do literacy town halls and go to every ward, because we know the needs for literacy is different in every ward. And we do not want to sit around and think we have all the answers. We have some, right? But we know that the answer also lies in the community. So we're inviting the community to be at our table with us that we're creating so they can help build the table and give the input that they need. We need to know what is impacting the East Ward, just like we need to know what's impacting the West and the South and the North. And which one did I forget? The West. Okay, thank you. You're here to keep me on point. So that's pretty much what my job is, to give you the history of the hashtag NorkReads. I invite you today, take pictures and also put hashtag NorkReads, because all of that goes to this bank and social media where we track the beautiful things that we're doing. So again, my name is Dr. Shani Brown. I am the Chief Education Officer, so all my job is to help with anything dealing with education. And literacy is one of our major priorities in our office. And we are so excited to be here in the East Ward, and we're so excited that you brought all of your wonderful children with you. We are going to jump right into the program. Are there any questions about the history? These are all our partners. It was probably supposed to be up when they were standing here, but just to look at them. And this list is actually growing. That's our mission statement that I just talked about. And obviously that's the Honorable Brad Baraka, who is behind all of this. And so next we're going to have our partner from Rutgers, the Joseph Cornwall, to come up here. And I'm just going to introduce you Ahmad Watson, and he's going to deal with, he's going to handle the parent forum. So let's give it up for Ahmad.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. So as Dr. Brown mentioned, all of this work is done through collaboration. So what we aim to do is figure out how we can address challenges and barriers to literacy in Newark through hearing the community voice. So at this time, we're going to do a forum where we're just going to ask for a few volunteers in the crowds to come up, and we'll ask you a few questions to have a discussion around what are some challenges to literacy in Newark, and what are some of your ideas on how we can address them as a team. So at this time, any parents in the crowd want to come up, please join us. It'll be fine, trust me, we'll ask you a few questions. I could also call you randomly. Anyone want to volunteer?
Let's give it up for the volunteers.
She's looking at me. All right, we have one volunteer, all right.
Come on, let's give it up, thank you.
Anyone else? You can take a seat. She's here. Oh, please bring one of the pamphlets up for you, because the questions are going to be here for you. All right, awesome. Give it up, please. Round of applause for our next volunteer. One more, one or two more.
Two more, come on.
Don't have to be a parent necessarily at a child in the school. You could be a community member, community leader, anyone. All right, awesome. Round of applause for our next volunteer. All right, one more. Awesome. Nice.
We do it together.
Well, take seats right there. All right, so just so we're all following along, the questions that we are going to have discussions around are on the third page. So just open up, you'll see a QR code at the top, and then you'll see the 4 questions right here. All right, so one more time, please give a round of applause for our 4 volunteers today. Woo! And again, the point of this is just to facilitate conversation around how we can address challenges to literacy in Newark. So, the first question that I want you all to have some discussion around, and for everyone in the crowd, if you want to think about this, you can as well. What literacy activities and/or events would you like to see in your community and school? We'll just pass the mic down.
I would say regular book clubs.
or regular meetings where we're enjoying literacy and enjoying books. I want to see like more of our community members going to the library, normalizing that.
I'm sorry, you need to introduce yourself. If you can, just for the first question, can you just introduce yourself and your involvement and why you're here today?
My name is Abrina. I'm here with my family. I'm here today because I'm really passionate about the Literacy Initiative. I've been an educator myself for 10 years. I do math, secondary math. I'm an instructional coach now, but now that I have a 3-year-old, I've been really passionate about making sure he knows how to read and learning about that and learning about the science of reading. And so I've gotten really passionate about how I can make sure that he becomes a strong reader.
Good morning, my name is Argentina Aquino. I'm coming from North. I come from First Avenue School. There are many ways that we can implement in a school and community to enforce reading. And I am a very strong believer that if we do have more events in a school that will engage the parent and student reading, that would be kind of like we will bridge that gap that is in the literacy at this time. For instance, if we have more workshops that, let's say, books in motion, that not only would read the book, but bring the story to life with parent and student in the same space, that would ignite that model to go faster, that same model in the school, in the house, and reading not to be just a chore, but to be enjoyable.
Awesome, thank you.
My name is Shanae Jensen. I'm from North Star Academy, the enrollment manager, supporting our 14 campuses. I think some events or activities that would help benefit both children and the parents, supporting them before they get to kindergarten. And what we do a really good job at supporting students beforehand, giving them sight words, words they can remember, kind of tools and resources to support them in better setting them up for success when they get to kindergarten. This is name recognition, letter recognition, the first 10 numbers, just really supporting the schools in that summer before getting to kindergarten.
Good morning. My name is Jill Butnich. I'm a literacy coach at Ann Street School here in the East Ward. I am really proactive and passionate about bringing workshops to families to see best practices that connect families and introduce them to what's going on in the school during instruction. So providing families learning opportunities to see what's going on in the classroom so they can help bridge the gap and support academics at home.
All right, thank you very much. So I really like some of the ideas that you all mentioned and some of the work that you do as well, to include some of the activities that we're working on to address literacy. Now, this next question, we're going to just talk a little bit about what barriers and challenges that you face when reading to children, or that you've seen with parents who you work with, who you are engaged with. What challenges have you seen that they face when reading to children? So again, I'll repeat the question. What barriers and challenges do you face when reading with children, or do you see other parents face when reading with children?
What I noticed is that I think sometimes reading could be perceived as more of a chore, and so I think there's maybe a stigma associated with it. So I think if we kind of change the narrative around it where it's more normal and kind of fun, and just a thing to do, just like we go to the park, then I think that's a barrier. I mean, that's something that we can overcome.
Awesome, thank you.
As a parent of an 11-year-old, sometimes it can be very hard to even initiate the reading time because of electronics, and trying to find ways, as she said, fun ways that it's going to kind of like substitute that electronic part, and they can be more seamless transition from electronics to reading in, because it's nothing better than reading in a physical book. I know there are many ways that you can read electronically. There are apps that they can read the book to you and stuff. However, it's nothing like physical one. And trying to find fun ways to kind of like make that transition very seamless and enjoyable for parents and the child at the same time. And those workshops, as Jill mentioned, they just to showcase, to let the parents know that there are ways that can be fun for me as a parent and for the child interesting. I think that would be very beneficial.
I think to piggyback off what both of you just said, I think making reading fun for them, finding books that they like to engage in. My son, he's very much into space and universe, and my daughter likes, fun books about like cookies and peanut butter and jelly, and so like finding those books that connect with them to get them excited about reading. We use it as like our downtime, so whenever we just are in these moments where we just need to like pause and take a minute, we whip out books and we read. And so just kind of seeing what they like and making sure that we create routines around how to better support us.
Thank you.
I think a barrier as an educator that I see, we've kind of traveled with it. It used to be that we didn't have enough books in the hands of children, and Newark has done such a wonderful job providing books in the school. And yeah, give a round of applause. I've been in education, I'm heading into my 30th year. There was a time where you had to go and find books. We didn't have books. We didn't have joyful books and books of different genres, and we were borrowing from our friends and going around to the stores and getting them, and our schools are filled with them, our communities are filled, our lending libraries throughout the community. I'm going to give a shout out to the Newark Library, who I've partnered with since I began my work here in Newark. And they provide books, and you can find books now. But I think time, we have working parents. Some of our parents, like myself, we work multiple jobs to keep our kids going in schools, and to be a model at home of reading is a challenge. So again, like showing parents how to model that we are readers and speak about ourselves as readers. And reading has changed through the years. Our kids today, you become a reader with sight words and print-rich environments, and you read menus with children and books and funny books and books. But then we change as readers, and to talk about that. There is reading technology provides, and these kids are reading a lot. I keep speaking about that in the classroom to teachers. Are we reading books, in our hands, the physical book, but we read for different purposes, and I think that's where our next step is.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so I know we talked about a lot of barriers and a lot of challenges, and the reason why I think that question is really important is because different people in different capacities, positions face different challenges and barriers. So uncovering those barriers and figuring out, okay, what are some solutions to address these barriers and challenges are very important. For the next question, how can we spark joy for our children in reading, share best practices? I'm actually going to skip this question because I feel like we talked about some of our best practices and ideas, unless you all want to add on to it. Okay, awesome. All right, so the next question is, how can we spark joy for our children in reading? And please share best practices.
So this is a question I'm actually really happy to answer. Since my 3-year-old was really young, we would read every night. And at that age, when he was really young, maybe 9, 10 months, or 1 or 2 years old, he wouldn't be able to actually understand stories, but he would do picture books. And now we've elevated to books that have a better stories. And we also have a big children's library in our house. So in addition to having toys, we have a whole bunch of books. Just last night, I remember we were putting him to bed, and we read one book, and then he's like, okay, I want another one. And I'm like, okay, only one more. It's like now we've normalized just reading. So I think as he gets older, it's a more normalized thing to just read.
one best practice that I witnessed with my son is not only reading the books, but collecting them. And last year, my son had in his, because he loves a lot of action books and comics. So he had all the series of Captain Underpants or like these comic books. And he noticed that all of his friends liked the same. So the fact that he had written, he had read all of them, we donated to the class. And it became like, okay, you getting read, and then somebody else, kind of like a lending library, but among the students, which it grew. Now there are a lot of students in the class that do the same. So it becomes a kind of like prideful or kind of joy. Another thing is the fact that we live in an era of technology where games, rewards are dominating everything, trying to match that in a physical world and in a book. Like, if you are reading this, you are going to either way make a competition amongst your sister or your friend. I read more than, because we live in a competition world. And make that in a positive way, I think that will benefit as well. And will kind of like match their age.
I think one of the things I did when both my kids turned 5, we made it kind of like a rite of passage to get a library card. And so we signed up, and it was a big deal. We took pictures and so we can, I guess, spark this idea of, we're gonna go to the library, we're gonna see books, we're gonna do the things. And I think we visit them every week, every weekend, and I think that just goes to show hey, we're gonna be reading, and this is a part of what we do. So just starting that early, those small little.
I think I raised 2 young men who are now in college, avid readers. One's more math science, one's studying psychology. But we had books everywhere in my house, in every room, reading for enjoyment, reading for information in the kitchen. As I got older, reading recipes, doing family reads in the winter. And it's continued as he prepared for college. He got a book that he had to read this summer. My husband and him read it, on our vacation together. Sharing the love for reading, and again, just, defining your purpose for reading has really been successful to provide the joy.
Awesome, thank you. So I just want to thank you all for sharing those best practices, and I think that question was really important. Thank you for actually reminding me to go through it, because, as we all know, every single thing doesn't work for every single child, right? And a lot of children learn individually, differently, and educators, parents are always looking for a way that works for their own child, or works for children that they're working with. So to hear your best practices, share that amongst each other, I think it really helps people who are trying to help their children read. So, for our last question, when you all answer this, I just want you to think about the work that the coalition is trying to do, really engage community, parents, schools, universities, community organizations in this work. So we would love to hear some of your ideas and suggestions on what we can do as a coalition. So the question is, do you have any additional suggestions for future topics or activities you like to see to improve the Newark Literacy Coalition or Town Hall?
One, I want to say I love this initiative, but I think maybe more targeted kind of support in helping parents who are trying to teach their children how to read. A lot of parents kind of don't, maybe not know, maybe the difference between sight words and teaching their children phonics. I happen to be in education, so I know that, but I think some parents outside that industry might not. And so maybe tools, in addition to just books, maybe tools to help them support with learning sight words, learning phonics. Like, for example, the bingo games, things like that, in addition to giving away books.
Thank you.
I think one practice that would help to expand and to make it purposeful and impactful is yes, it is the school, but it's Saturday. If more workshops are done and are in targeted grade levels within the school time. So let's say, and invite all the parents. So if we target the group level, the grade level, and we invite those parents that want this activity is happening and you are invited, there would be more presence of parents and automatically will be more impactful.
I second that. And just opportunities and times that work for families. So after school pickup, things during the day where families can come and they're already at the schools.
Right.
I think providing moments where peers can also be leaders and parents can be a part of seeing their children in action. I think their young middle school age students really thrive taking a part and an active part in participating and leading other children to literacy moments. So I think using peers and parents together to lead other families would be a strong point.
Thank you. All right, I just want to say thank you for all of you giving us your time, your insight, and great advice and experiences. So please, if we have one more round of applause for our volunteers for today. All right, so just a key piece of information. If you all stay on the same page, you'll see a QR code at the very top. Yes, it was very helpful to hear from our volunteers up here, but we want to make sure that we're collecting all insight from everyone who's participating today. So please scan the QR code at the top, and we're just going to ask, as we transition to our the next component of today's session, please answer all 4 questions. I know we had the opportunity to talk about them. We had the opportunity to think about them. So before you leave today, please make sure you complete these questions. We really want to hear your voices and hear what you think so we can make this all work. Thank you.
Oh, no, I have kids. I use internet only. I just wanted to know.
I know everyone is filling out the survey. It is on page, we don't have page numbers. It is on this page, so make sure you fill out the survey. But we also have the councilman of the East Ward, Councilman Silva. Let's give it up. And he's just going to say some words. He stopped by the Literacy Town Hall. He's just coming from a cleanup. That's a part of the literacy too, having a beautiful, clean environment. So Councilman Silva will just share some words.
Good morning. It's afternoon already. Good afternoon, everybody. Just a few words. First of all, I see my good friend, Mr. Henriques, the principal here. Thank you for opening up your doors. Literacy is something that's real in a community like the East Ward, and I want to thank the mayor for this initiative and bringing this down to the East Ward. I know he's doing it citywide, but I really appreciate it, him doing this for the kids here in the East Ward and the families. And one thing I can always say about the mayor and I is that we have a wonderful relationship. He cares a lot about the East Ward and the kids here, and I just want to thank everybody for coming out. It's important that we support one another. It's important that I'm here. Like was said, I was at a cleanup, and that's why I'm dressed like this, or else I would be dressed appropriately, but I had to get my hands dirty a little bit today, and there's nothing wrong with getting your hands dirty.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that you know that the councilman and his office are here to support the mayor and this initiative. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Councilman Silva, for stopping by. And trust me, you are dressed appropriately because this is Saturday morning and everybody stopped down here to give Newark some extra love and care and attention. So thank you so much for coming. And again, fill out the survey. Fill out the survey. And we are about to move to our next portion of the program.
I think the literacy drive is very important to make sure that we all can read accurately and learn the information that we need from the context that from the text that we're reading. I think it's also important to try and reach out in ways to find ways that individuals can find the material that they're reading interesting, because you don't want to make the reading seem like a job or a task. So trying to find a way that it is entertaining and for all readers.
You're gonna get one of my favorite times, which is getting read to. Do you like to be read to? Do you like reading? I'm gonna ask each of you your name and your age, okay? You're gonna tell me your name and your age.
My name is Aubrey.
Aubrey, who's 8 years old.
My name is Aubrey, and I'm 9.
You're Aubrey too? And you're 9? Wow. He's 3 years old. Okay. What's the name? Andren. Okay.
My name is Aiden. I'm 6 years old.
Aiden, you're 6 years old. My name is Barbara Martinez. I'm the CEO of New Jersey Children's Foundation, and we're here with My Schools Newark. I was born and raised in Newark. I am so grateful for the teachers that I had in Newark Public Schools. I went to Elliott Street School, then Rich Street Schools, and I actually learned English in school. Even though I was born in this country because my parents spoke Spanish, that's all we spoke at home, and it wasn't until I got to schools that I learned English. I'm so incredibly grateful for my teachers at Newark Public Schools, which is where I not only learned how to speak English and write in English, just the love of literacy. I went on to become a reporter for the Wall Street Journal, so writing was my life, and I owe that to the teachers of Newark Public Schools. So when I met the author that you're all going to meet, I was so excited because she also, born and raised in Newark, and she saw a need for bilingual books. And Daniela Palacios, she graduated from Science Park High School. She is now a senior in college, and I don't know how she does it, but she also wrote a couple of books, got them published, and now goes around and reads to kids at schools, and she's been doing that in Newark and other places, and I'm so proud of her and inspired by her. This is our next generation, and she's going to come and read one of her books. And we're very happy to have her. We also have her books at our table, and they're available and free to everyone. And you should make sure to get her to sign it, because she's going to be very, very famous one day. And so when you see her on Oprah, you could say that on your bookshelf you have her book that is signed with your name on it. So make sure you get her signature with your name. Okay? I welcome Daniela Palacios.
Thank you so much, Barbara, for the very kind introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Daniela, and I went to New York Public Schools all of my life. So, yeah, we can clap for that. I'm also an Ironbound resident, so I'm very excited to be here. And my brother actually goes to Oliver, so I'm even more excited to be here. And just to tell you a little bit more about me, I created Para Kids because of my brother, actually. I really wanted him to grow up being bilingual and speaking different languages, because there is so much power that comes from knowing different languages and knowing about different cultures. But unfortunately, I couldn't really find any books that were in multiple languages. And so I decided, you know, I speak English and Spanish, and I know how to write in English and Spanish, so why don't I write a book that is bilingual for my brother? And then I realized that a lot of kids could benefit from having bilingual books, so that's why I wrote this first book. So you all have copies so you can follow along, but now we're going to do a little bilingual read aloud, so it'll be in English and Spanish. So this is the first book that I have ever written, and it's called Sara's New Country and New Friend, El Nuevo País y la Nueva Amiga de Sara. All right, so let's get started. awesome. Sarah just moved to the United States with her family. They're from Ecuador and speak Spanish. Sarah is a bit nervous to live in a new place. This is going to be an adventure. Sara se acaba de mudar a los Estados Unidos con su familia. Ellos son de Ecuador y hablan español. Sara está un poco nerviosa de vivir en un lugar nuevo. Esto va a ser una aventura. Tomorrow, Sarah starts second grade in her new school. Sarah misses her friends, but she hopes to make new ones. Mañana, Sara empieza segundo grado en su nueva escuela. Sara extraña a sus amigos, pero se siente ilusionada de hacer nuevos. And here you can see a picture of her fridge. So she has a picture with her friends, amigos. She has a picture of her on the beach day, Día de Playa. Here's her graduation from kindergarten, graduación de jardín de infantes. And since she's from Ecuador, she has a picture with her parents in the middle of the world, mitad del mundo, which is in Ecuador. It's very cool. What will the kids think of me? Sarah asked her family. Don't worry, just be yourself, her parents reply warmly. ¿Qué pensarán los niños de mí? Pregunta Sara a su familia. No te preocupes, solo sé tú misma, le responden sus padres dulcemente. Today is the day. Sarah eats breakfast super fast. Hoy es el día. Sara desayuna super rápido. Then she puts on her favorite yellow shirt. Luego se pone su camisa amarilla favorita and goes to school. Y va a la escuela. Once she is in the class, Sarah meets her teacher, Miss Mills. The teacher asks Sarah to tell a little about herself. Una vez que está en clase, Sara conoce a su profesora, la señora Mills. La profesora le pide a Sara que cuente un poco sobre ella. When the teacher hears Sarah is from Ecuador, she says, I visited Ecuador. It is a beautiful country. Cuando la profesora escucha que Sara es de Ecuador, dice, yo visité Ecuador. Es un país precioso. Look, she even has a picture of her when she's in Ecuador. It's pretty nice. Sarah sits down next to another girl who smiles at her. The girl says, Hi, my name is Riley. Riley is bilingual, so she speaks English and Spanish. She tells Sarah that her parents are from Mexico and that they taught her some Spanish. Sara se sienta junto a otra niña que le sonríe. La niña dice, Hola, mi nombre es Riley. Riley es bilingüe, así que habla inglés y español. Le dice a Sara que sus padres son de México y que ellos le enseñaron un poco de español. Sarah tells Riley, I want to learn English like you. Riley says she does not speak Spanish very well, which makes her sad. They want to help each other. Riley will teach Sarah English, and Sarah will teach Riley Spanish. Sara le dice a Riley, quiero aprender inglés como tú. Riley dice que no habla muy bien el español y eso la pone triste. Ellas quieren ayudarse. Riley le enseñará inglés a Sara y Sara le enseñará español a Riley. Sarah feels nervous to talk in class because she only speaks a bit of English. Sara se siente nerviosa por hablar en clase porque solo habla un poco de inglés. But she wants to be strong, so she raises her hand and says, I can read the sentence. Pero ella quiere ser fuerte, por eso levanta su mano y dice, yo puedo leer la frase. Riley and the rest of the class cheer for Sarah. Riley y el resto de la clase animan a Sara. Intentar cosas nuevas puede ser divertido. Before lunch, Miss Mills tells the class it is Hispanic Heritage Month, which it actually is Hispanic Heritage Month right now, so that's awesome. Yeah. Foods from other countries have been added to the school menu to celebrate. Antes del almuerzo, la señora Mills le dice a la clase que es el mes de la herencia hispana. Para celebrar, se han agregado comidas de otros países al menú. Riley tastes the ceviche. She really likes this Ecuadorian food. Sarah eats the cheeseburger. American food is so tasty, she thinks. This is great. Riley prueba el ceviche. Le gusta mucho esta comida ecuatoriana. Sara se come la hamburguesa de queso. La comida americana es muy sabrosa, ella piensa. Esto es genial. During gym class, Riley shows Sarah how to play American football. Durante la clase de gimnasia, Riley le muestra a Sara cómo jugar al fútbol americano. When Sarah sees a volleyball, she tells Riley. Cuando Sara ve una pelota de voleibol, le dice a Riley. In Ecuador, we love to play a type of volleyball called ecuavoli. In volleyball, 6 people play per team, but in ecuavoli, 3 people play per team. En Ecuador, nos encanta jugar a un tipo de voleibol que se llama ecuavoli. En el voleibol juegan 6 personas por equipo, pero en ecuavoli juegan 3 personas por equipo. Riley thinks this is an awesome sport. She is glad that Sarah will teach her how to play. Riley cree que este es un deporte increíble. Está contenta de que Sara le va a enseñar a jugar. Next page. In class, the kids talk about animals in the zoo. Riley talks about the bald eagle, the national bird of the United States. En clase, los niños hablan sobre los animales del zoológico. Riley habla del águila calva, el ave nacional de los Estados Unidos. Sarah tells the class about her favorite animal, turtles. There are many turtles in the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador. All the kids are learning new things. Sara le cuenta a la clase sobre su animal favorito, las tortugas. Hay muchas tortugas en las Islas Galápagos, Ecuador. Todos los niños están aprendiendo cosas nuevas. Sarah had a fantastic first day of school. Before Riley goes home, she gives Sarah a note. Sara tuvo un fantástico primer día de escuela. Antes de irse a casa, Riley le da una nota a Sara. You are my new friend. I want to go to Ecuador with you. Eres mi nueva amiga. Me gustaría ir a Ecuador contigo. Sarah is super excited to write back in English. It is okay if she makes a mistake. She will have fun learning with Riley. Your culture and languages, is what makes you, you. Sara está muy emocionada de responder en inglés. Está bien si ella comete algún error. Ella se divertirá aprendiendo con Riley. Tu cultura e idiomas, es lo que te hace tú. The end. Thank you so much, everybody, for paying attention and listening to the bilingual story. I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you. And then I'd love for us to take a little picture, so maybe we could put our seats close.
Let's clap it up for this North student who's an author.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Daniela. That was amazing. Thank you to our young readers, who are raising confident scholars, young educators. So at the moment, we're going to get a lunch. So everybody can get a box. We have Wawa boxes. We're going to enjoy a lunch, and we're also going to do breakout sessions. Yes. And we're going to thank Barbara Martinez for the lunches. Thank you, Barbara. What's wonderful than having a lunch and a session? Work and eat at the same time. So we're just gonna do the breakout sessions. We're gonna eat, and then we can resume.
I'm so excited to take part in this great community event today and share my best practices on the panel today with families. I think this is such a great resource today on a beautiful day on a Saturday to come and visit the table, see what the community offers, and be a part of the Newark Mayor's vision of supporting literacy with families at home.
So again, my name is Taina Perez, and I'm Executive Director of Teach for America, New Jersey. I actually also started 22 years ago as a teacher at Peachtrine Avenue School, where I got to teach kindergarten and first grade, so literacy is near and dear to my heart. And we love that we are coming together in community to talk about literacy, to talk about how we can bring literacy into our communities, how we can help our children become stronger readers. And these are wonderful, but then we have to think about what's next, right? What do you all want to see next? We heard from the panel the kinds of activities they wanted to have. And so we are going to have a call to action. And I'm going to read our call to action, but you can also follow along. It's in your booklet on page 3. So our call to action as the Literacy Town Coalition is that the Newark Reads Literacy Coalition is calling all Newark residents to get involved in the fight to address the urgent literacy crisis that is happening in Newark and all across America. Mayor Baraka's Newark citywide prenatal to 3rd grade 10-point literacy plan provides 10 research-based action items to help increase literacy outcomes. The Literacy Coalition is providing below a list of opportunities for families to get involved. We're asking that you select 3 action items and commit to it over the next 2 years to eradicate this crisis. And so you'll see a QR code behind me, and this one in here does not work, so please use the one on the screen. And this will help us know what do families want, right? So one of the options is, I'm looking for tutoring. Love to sign my child up for tutoring. Another one is you might want to become a literacy ambassador, where you are working with other families, telling families, hey, this is what's happening with literacy. This is how you can get involved. You might want to become a parent mentor. I can shout out the work happening at Rutgers University with Ahmad, where they are working with parents to not only give them skills to become tutors, but also to be ambassadors and mentors to other parents. And you might want to be a ward captain. So if you're like, you know what, I want to get involved in the East Ward, I want to be a captain, I want to be out there, I want to be planning things, executing things, we would love to have you. And if there's something that we don't have on here, and then you're like, hey, this is an idea that I have, please put your name down. But we want to make sure that this is not the last time we talk about it, that there's something that comes afterwards. So I'm going to just give you all a second to, again, click on the QR code, and please let us know how you would like to stay involved. And as you're doing that, I am going to ask Ms. Lucy to come up and do a raffle. So I hope everybody's getting their raffle tickets ready. Oh, okay. Daniel? Okay, before we do that, we actually have a poet amongst us who is going to get us motivated and close us out. Daniel, is that right? All right. You got your poem ready? Woo! Everybody give it up for Daniel.
Hello, I'm Daniel Aquino, and I will be reading a poem written by my sister, Marcia Aquino. She cannot attend this event because she is following her commitment to dance at Albanelli in New York. This is Marcia Aquino's poem, The Prayer. In the era of social distance, social justice, and racial hate, learning took a different pattern at a cliff of mental state. From the unseen that froze nations to the ongoing tragedies, souls lifted up to heaven, our homeland, the land of tears. As we mourn in fear, I pray grief won't become the new normal. Demand will be more than just a word. I pledge you there will be actions, and use our voices to speak who are absent from our world. I pray we won't manufacture wings out of tears and broken dreams. For peace in the middle of the storm, I beseech humanity for more humanity. I pray for faith, we find the courage to change.
Woo! Yes, give it up for Daniel. Great job.
The importance of an event like this, not just for Oliver, for our Newark schools, students, and families, always important, right? The initiative of promoting literacy and providing our parents with the tools and resources that they need to help their children at home. So this was a great morning for our parents and students, for myself as well, understanding and really getting to know some of the organizations available to help our students and families and making connections with them for the near and long-term future.
All right. The next prize is a $100 gift card from Casanova Grill. They make the best picanha. All right. Winning number is 609-1315. 609-1315. Enjoy. We have a winner. Okay, we have a gift certificate to Seabra Foods. 609-1329. 609-1329. Who's here? No? She's coming? All right. 609. 1329. All right. See? Thank you. It's your gift certificate. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Next winner is for another gift card. Gift certificate to Seabra is 609-1330. 609-1330. Okay. There you go. Enjoy. Next ticket is for another gift certificate. 609-1316. All right. Congratulations. All right. Next is another gift certificate for Seabra, 609-1313. 609-1313. All right. Here we go. Yes, there you go. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now we have a beautiful plant donated by Santos Florist. Ticket number is 609-1318. 609-1318. All right. Okay, 1318. Let me give you your beautiful plant. All right. She said she wanted to put on my. Here you go. Oh, thank you. This is so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. The next prize is a tray of cookies. 609-1319. 609-1319. Going once, going twice. 609-1320. Okay. 1320. That's you? What is it? 1320. Okay, let me give you a tray of cookies. And the next prize the last prize is a beautiful gift donated by the Newark Public Library, filled with toys, educational toys. The winner is 609-1321. Yes! Yes! Hi! Congratulations, my sweet. Great job. Enjoy, okay? Okay. This concludes the raffle. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you all for coming. This concludes the East Ward Literacy Town Hall. Let's give it up for the East Ward. Thank you all for coming. Please fill out the survey if you have not done so. The call of action menus. Thank you so much for coming out here on Saturday morning. South Ward, here we come. October 18th. Bye-bye.